10 years from now, humanity will walk into the biggest transformation since the Industrial Revolution. And the strange thing is that most people don't even realize how close we already are to that turning point. Artificial intelligence is quietly reshaping the world behind the scenes. It's sitting inside offices, factories, hospitals, and every major company's computer system. It works silently, constantly, and it never sleeps. But in the next decade, the impact will no longer be quiet. It will be visible everywhere, from the way we work to the way we earn money to the way society defines who is valuable and who is not. In 2023, McKinsey released a report estimating that 1/4 of all jobs on Earth could be automated by the early 2030s. That's not a quarter of tasks, it's a quarter of jobs. The World Economic Forum added another warning. By 2030, the world could lose 14 million jobs on net, even after new jobs are created. These numbers are not from science fiction writers. They come from the largest economic institutions in the world. Now imagine what this means in real life. Picture a supermarket with only 3 human workers because every cashier, stock checker, and back office role is handled by automated systems and AI models. Picture factories that operate day and night with almost no human staff. Picture offices that used to need 30 people now functioning with 5. Because AI handles emails, reports, research, analysis, documentation, and communication faster than any employee ever could. This isn't 50 years away. This is 5 to 10, and this is where the split begins. The world is dividing into 2 groups, people who know how to use AI and people who don't. That simple line will become the defining line of the 2030s. Back in 2022, only about 100 million people used generative AI tools. By 2024, that number exploded to more than 1.8 billion. That is the fastest adoption curve in human history, faster than smartphones or the early internet. And this growth created a new class of people, individuals who learned to use AI to multiply their productivity. These people can do in 1 hour what others need a full day to finish. They can create, research, build, produce, and automate their work in ways that were impossible just a few years ago. On the other side are people still working the old way, typing manually, researching manually, doing everything by hand. They cannot compete. The gap between these 2 groups widens every single day, and it's not just a gap in income. It's a gap in opportunity, influence, and relevance. Now let's talk about real jobs, the ones already disappearing. Customer support, data entry, front desk reception, basic editing, basic writing, administrative paperwork, warehouse sorting, simple sales roles. AI performs these tasks faster, cheaper, and more accurately than humans, and companies have no reason to hire people when AI can do the same work without fatigue or errors. This doesn't mean humans are useless. It means the old economy is dying and the new economy is arriving faster than anyone expected. If your job is repetitive, if it has clear steps, if it follows predictable patterns, AI will eventually do it better. And that leads to the second wave, physical robots powered by AI. Tesla's Optimus figure AI's humanoids working with BMW, Unitree's low-cost robots. These machines don't just move, they learn. They can walk, pick up objects, adapt to their environment, and follow natural language instructions. In 10 years, 1 robot could replace 3 human workers. Not because humans are bad, but because robots don't get tired, don't need insurance, don't make emotional decisions, and don't need weekends or holidays. For companies, the math is too attractive. For workers, the impact is heavy. This is the moment the real split begins. A century ago, being physically strong gave you value. 50 years ago, being educated gave you value. 20 years ago, knowing how to use computers gave you value. 10 years from now, value will come from one thing: how well you can use AI to multiply your abilities. Not how many hours you work, not how loyal you are, not how long you stay in a company. In the AI era, Skill beats strength, speed beats routine, adaptability beats stability, and creativity beats repetition. But above everything else, knowing how to use AI beats all traditional advantages. This is the beginning of the divide. This is the beginning of the AI split, a separation between those who learn and those who fall behind. And the most important part is this: the gap widens every single day you don't adapt. As artificial intelligence grows more powerful, a new kind of social class is starting to form, something the world has never seen before. In the past, power belonged to those who owned land, factories, or natural resources. But in the next decade, power will shift toward the people who understand AI, control AI, and build systems around AI. These individuals won't need big teams or giant offices. One person with a well-designed AI system can outperform an entire department of traditional workers. They can research faster, produce faster, solve problems faster, and create value at a pace no human team can match. This is the rise of what many analysts quietly call the AI elite, a group of people who extend their intelligence through technology. These are not geniuses or prodigies. They are simply people who learn how to work with AI at a deep level, turning it into a tool that expands their abilities in every direction. While this new class is rising, another part of society begins to feel pressure. Workers who rely on stable, routine jobs. The modern economy for the last 50 years was built on predictable roles: office assistants, administrative staff, customer support, retail workers, warehouse employees, junior editors, junior analysts. These roles existed because companies needed humans to perform thousands of small, repetitive tasks every day. But AI has no difficulty handling repetition. It can read, compare, organize, calculate, respond, and write with perfect consistency. It doesn't experience boredom, anxiety, or distraction. It doesn't slow down. When a company realizes that one AI system can do the work of 8 or 10 employees, the shift becomes inevitable. The cost drops, efficiency rises, and the old roles begin to shrink. But this isn't the only transformation happening. Education, something society has trusted for more than a century, is also reaching a breaking point. The old model of memorizing facts, following instructions, and repeating formulas is simply not compatible with a world where AI can answer any factual question instantly. Students no longer gain value by remembering information. They gain value by knowing how to think, how to analyze, how to create, and how to collaborate with technology. The classrooms of the future will not focus on copying notes from a chalkboard. They will focus on how to use tools that amplify human intelligence. And people who resist this shift may find themselves at a disadvantage, not because they lack potential, but because the world around them changes faster than their habits. At the same time, certain professions will grow dramatically in value. Jobs that require deep human understanding, like psychology, advanced medicine, creative direction, complex engineering, strategy, leadership, will become more important, not less. AI can support these fields, but it cannot replace the human intuition, empathy, or judgment required at the highest levels. Meanwhile, jobs that rely heavily on repetition or predictable patterns will experience the opposite effect. Some will shrink. Some will transform into new roles. Some will fade entirely. But the pattern is clear. The future rewards people who adapt. The future rewards people who learn quickly. And the future especially rewards people who understand how to combine their own thinking with the near unlimited processing power of artificial intelligence. As this transition accelerates, society will feel increasing tension. Not explosive conflict, but a steady pressure as millions of people try to adjust to a system that no longer works the way it used to. Some will call for government assistance, some will demand retraining programs, some will push for new social policies to protect those who fall through the cracks, And companies driven by global competition will continue adopting AI tools because the advantages are simply too large to ignore. The world is being pushed into a new shape, a world where adaptation becomes the most valuable skill, a world where technology defines who moves forward and who gets left behind. And every year that passes without learning these tools widens the distance between the AI-empowered and the AI-dependent. The divide is already forming, and in the next decade, it will shape almost every part of our lives. As we move deeper into the next decade, the gap shaped by artificial intelligence will not just be a gap of income or education. It will become a gap of power, influence, and capability. People who understand AI will be able to amplify their productivity to levels that previous generations would never believe. A single individual with the right AI systems could manage tasks that once required entire teams, produce work at a scale that used to be impossible, and make decisions supported by data that no human could analyze alone. These individuals will build businesses faster, learn faster, adapt faster, and solve problems with a level of precision that simply didn't exist before. They will form a new kind of upper class, not defined by birth, wealth, or social status, but defined by their ability to integrate with technology. Meanwhile, others will find themselves struggling within a system that no longer rewards effort alone. Hard work will always matter, but it will no longer be enough. The economy of the future will reward those who combine effort with intelligence, intelligence with technology, and technology with creativity. And for many, this realization will come too late. But the most important truth of this entire transformation is that the future is not predetermined. The divide that is forming is not destiny. It is a choice. People who learn to use AI will move forward. People who choose not to learn will fall behind. The difference between the two groups is not fixed. It is defined by the decisions made each day. The question is not whether AI will change society. It already is. The question is whether individuals will change with it. Adaptation will become the most important skill of the century. Not strength, not memorization, not routine. Adaptation. The ability to learn new tools quickly, apply them creatively, and rethink what work means in a world where machines can do so much. In this environment, several paths will lead to survival and success. The first is mastering the use of AI directly, learning how to prompt, how to automate tasks, how to build personal systems that multiply your output. The second is focusing on skills that AI cannot fully replace. Human connection, leadership, emotional intelligence, deep creativity, complex decision-making. These skills will rise in value precisely because they remain uniquely human. The third path is building digital assets, systems, content, knowledge bases, or automated workflows that generate value continuously, even while you sleep. And the fourth is adopting a mindset that embraces change instead of resisting it. People who cling to old ways of working may find themselves overwhelmed by the speed of transformation. But those who open themselves to constant learning will discover that AI isn't a threat. It's leverage. It's the power to do more than you ever could alone. As millions of people adjust to the new economy, society will need to rethink education, training, and support systems. Governments will face pressure to modernize their policies. Businesses will need to help workers transition, and communities will need to build new forms of support. But even as the world transforms, one reality remains. The future belongs to those who choose to participate in it. Nobody is guaranteed a place in the economy of tomorrow, but everyone has the opportunity to earn one. This is the true meaning of the AI divide. It is not a wall that blocks people. It is a mountain that must be climbed. And every day you spend learning, exploring, and adapting is a step upward. 10 years from now, the world will look back on this moment as the beginning of a new era, an era where humans and artificial intelligence evolve together. The question is simple. When that time comes, will you be someone who commands AI or someone who is replaced by it? The answer is written by your actions today, and the future, whether brighter or darker, will follow the path you choose.